welcome back to another episode of Farming Simulator 15. My name is Bench85, and I am just headed back with our last load of barley here. Putting it into our silo. And we are headed down to the shop because remember I said that we need to figure out what we are going to spend our money on. And I think I have a pretty good plan. We need to take this guy down to the shop, as is. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to buy 2 new pieces of equipment, which I think should be a pretty good investment for us. And then we should have enough money left over for one last thing. Let's just drive down here. I do enjoy driving in cab from now and then. For me, it becomes a lot of fun. Feels a little more realistic here. Now, as you realize, I still have the tipper on the back of this tractor, and I have that for a reason. We're going to come here. We're going to drop it inside this box. Like so. And if you get out over here, what this button right here does is allows you to sell your vehicle directly. Now I'll show you the difference. If we go under our garage area here, you'll see that these are all the things we own. We can sell this trailer for $3,600. But if I bring it here, press R, now we can sell it for $43. Now this is a small trailer, so it's not worth a lot, so the difference isn't that much, but I believe it's a 20% increase if you sell it there. So now we're going to go under tippers and we're going to get our first upgrade here. This guy, the HKD 302. Cannot speak. So this one you can see holds 8.5 liters, or 8.5 tons, 8,500 liters, and will hold anything. Also has a maintenance of $10 per day. This one, $10 per day, holds everything, 21 tons, 21,000 liters. Big upgrade, more than twice the space. So we are going to purchase that to begin with. Oh, that will help us a lot with harvest because, as you know, the other trailer, 2 full combines filled it up. Now this one has at least twice as much room, about 2.5 times as much. Oh, look at that. So we should be able to go, I think, 5 combine fulls, which allows us to get a lot more done before we have to go and empty out. Plus it also allows us to bring a larger amount from our silos out to wherever we're selling, which means that we're much more efficient when we're selling. So this is just the first step. At some point we will be going even bigger than this guy. And I'm talking like twice as big. But you'll also notice it's a heavier wagon, so it pulls up this hill much slower. That's also why I grabbed the bigger tractor. Now if we have enough money, there is one more thing that I would like to purchase that I think would benefit the farm a little bit. Let's see if we get that far though. So let's pull this up over... let's leave it right about here. Now it's a little harder to back up because, as you know, this trailer here has got a pivot point for the axle. So it pivots a little bit differently than most other trailers, which means they also are harder to back up in real life. So that part is realistic. I'm going to park this guy here for now. Wow, I did not park that there. Apparently when it reloaded the game, it shifted where our vehicles are. That's kind of crazy. Now, I was going to have a rule that we are not going to reset anything, but I have a feeling I'm going to have to reset that because that was not my doing. And if I do get something stuck, it's going to be my responsibility to try and get it out one way or another. But that was the game getting it stuck. That was not me. Oh boy, that was close. I really should watch where I'm going here. That was almost a serious accident. So I guess we are going to lose some money here because we do have a seeder that's pumped full of seed, but that's right guys, we are selling our seeder. Because I think it makes sense to upgrade it now when it comes to good expenditure of our time as well as our money. So we get 9,000 for this guy. I think we're gonna have enough money for what I want to do. Now here's the important part. If you look at our tractors, this tractor here is a 143 horsepower tractor. Okay, keep that in mind. The sowing machine we had required a 100 horsepower. This is the one I'm looking at. Now I know it says 180, but I know that this tractor can pull it, although it may have a little bit of trouble. And at some point we will upgrade our tractor, so we'll get something that can pull this one better. But here's the important part. This guy is a 3 meter working width. This is a 6 meter working width, twice as wide. Secondly, you'll notice additionally this machine offers the possibility to seed directly. No previous cultivating or plowing necessary. So it gets rid of the cultivating. It's basically a no-till planter. And I think we're going to utilize that to save us some time as well as some money because we don't have to hire our worker quite as much. So let's purchase that. Oh, we have just about enough money. This is going to work out almost exactly how I wanted it. Ooh, it's big. Oh, that's interesting. I never actually bought this one, so I wasn't sure how this pulled it or anything like that. Hey, watch the road, man. I can't wait to get the bigger tractors so we can get some beacons on this thing. But for now, we're just stuck with that. Oops. That's right, I'm faster than the cars. Gotta remember that. Faster than the cars. Faster than the cars. Now we'll see if we can get this baby up the hill. Oh, it's gonna be a long pull. Oh, we should get it. It'll probably get down to about 7 miles per hour when we get up to the steep part coming up here. Not bad. So let's try this thing out. One of the first things, I guess, before I drive to the field, just remember the fact that we have to fill this guy up. At least put a little bit of seed in it. So let's stop over here by our pallets. And that's good enough. Because we'll be hiring workers, so it's not like we're going to be doing a lot of it on our own. Now this guy's big enough that, as you'll notice, we're going to have to unfold it. So we'll press X to unfold our planter here. You can see, yeah, it's definitely wider. So let's turn it on. Let's lower it. As you can see, it will definitely pull it. So let's hire a worker and let him go. Look at that. That's a pretty good pass. So that's definitely going to save us some time to get that done. I just want to see how he turns. Oh yeah, turns really well. Although apparently he missed that corner there, but should be okay. Yeah, he should do just fine. I have no idea what I'm going to do with you. I think we're just going to have to go under our menu here for I. We were going to check anyways. 42 tons of wheat, 16 ton of barley. Not bad. And yeah, so you, right there, we need to reset you. And also the, I didn't want you to go there. Reset you. And you'll notice that, where is it? Yep, it's sitting here at the farm again. Phew, that was some crazy stuff. Alright, so let's take this guy up for the last thing I want to do, and I've got just enough money to do it. And I think this is a good investment of our money at the moment. Because we're going to go up here to field number 25. And I think it's a good candidate for our first field purchase. So I already checked. This one should be 39,000. So we have enough money. So let's purchase it. And you'll notice now that the number 25 on our map down there is now green. So we now own field 25. So that's the other reason why I wanted to get the planters, because, well, if we're going to get another field, we're going to need to utilize our time a little bit more because we've got more ground to cover. And on top of that, now we don't have to cultivate. However, I still have the cultivator because at some point when we start getting cows, we're going to have to get corn. So we'll have to still use it. Looks like it's working pretty well. Just making sure he's not missing too many things. Looks like it wants to miss that back corner every time whenever it gets done here. We just end up with a tiny little patch that gets missed then. Yeah, just a tiny little patch. Not too bad. He doesn't overlap too much, so it's definitely getting more work done. So, what's the last thing I wanted to purchase? Well, we're gonna have to go into the bank and we're gonna have to borrow an extra 5,000. So we're at 175. Our next harvest will probably go towards more of paying off the loan so that I feel a little bit better about that. Let's go under purchasing. Let's go under placeables. This is what I wanted to get. A pressure washer. So where do I want to put it? Okay, there's the little guy. I think we might place it right there. Okay, So you see how dirty this tractor is? I mean, we can't have dirty tractors. This thing is so stinking dirty. So we're gonna have to get ourselves a pressure washer. We're gonna wash this tractor, man. Get everything nice and clean, all the little nooks and crannies. Get those wheels nice and clean. Oh yeah. Oh, look at that. Oh, it looks so much better. Does it actually do anything worthwhile? No. But you know what? It makes things look nicer. And I believe if I go right here, I can get the weight. Yep, the weight's cleaning off. Oh, that looks so much nicer. Look at that. Now we got a nice looking tractor again. Ho, ho, ho. I like it. Actually, we're gonna have to go this way because we're gonna have to do some fertilizing. But now we got a clean tractor to do it. Don't have to watch. See Don over there? It looks like he might be done. I bet he is. So let's fold up our planter. Wow, this planter got dirty in a hurry. Oh, it's heavy. Yeah, it pushes me around a little bit. We put wheat on that field. We should put some barley. On this field. Yeah, I think that'd be a good idea. And we'll let him go. Okay, let's hook this up. So I'm going to start fertilizing the fields, and I'm going to get back to you guys in a little bit. I want to show you guys the other cool aspect about that planter. So I'll be back in a little bit. Alright guys, I'm back, and while I'm waiting for him to get to the point where I was going to show you about the planter, I thought I would give you guys a little bit of a tip here when it comes to this wagon here and backing it up, because I know it can be very tricky for a lot of people that have never experienced trying to back something up like this. You know, if they're used to just maybe a trailer or something like that. But you guys can back this thing up from any location if you realize how this works. Now normally if you wanted to back this, let's say towards that tractor, it was a regular trailer, you know, you would just back it up. You would turn this way and cut it over. But if you'll notice, it actually goes backwards. It goes opposite. So the key is to actually, you have to think a little bit backwards. And you're best off just to kind of go slow and get it started turning like such. And just don't let it get ahead of you. So you see I'm kind of keeping the tractor ahead of it. And if you ever get into trouble, you know, just go forwards a little bit. I'm actually cutting it a little too much. So just let the tractor do its thing, let the wagon do its thing, and just kind of go slow. And you can do it just fine. See, I was going a little fast there. Now the reason this actually comes a little bit more easy to me is this is something that we do a lot. We have wagons that are like this. Most farm wagons have a hitch similar to this. Although this one's a little different in that the axle actually rotates all the way around. Whereas normally we have it where the front wheels will turn like a tractor does, like this, instead of the axle swinging like this one does. So it makes it a little bit different. Actually, I'm gonna back up here. Yeah, he's working pretty good here. You'll notice I decided to put barley here. I thought since we have a lot of wheat in our silos, we should put barley here. I noticed that the clouds coming in, you can see the lighthouse beacon. really well. I think that looks really neat. I'm actually going to go grab the combine, because combine doesn't need to be over here anymore. This is the last field we have to do after that new one that we're working on right now. And you can see it's already fertilized, although I have not cultivated it yet. And that's the big thing that we're going to do. We do not have to cultivate it, and that's what I was going to show you guys. But he is slow getting here, so I think we're going to have to take the combine over there. Maybe give the combine a quick bath so it looks a little better while we wait for him to get done. And yes, our money is draining. It is definitely going down. This one definitely is a little bit slower. I'm used to the tractors being a little faster, you know. Combine's about 16 miles per hour. Tractors can go 26. The New Holland ones will go 32. Those guys are nice to cruise around on, but we don't have the money to get it yet, but we will soon. Soon, soon, soon. It's okay. I don't mind driving around. So let's park this guy here. I'm guessing that train is going to show up in the back of my recording. Sometimes the trains are pretty loud when they move through the town here. Oh yeah. Oh, look at this head. It's filthy. Oh, it's filthy. Gotta get all that dirt out of there. Why is he scooping up dirt anyways? He should not be getting dirt in this head. It is really bad for that sickle there, as well as bad for the combine. The combine does not like having dirt through it. It is bad for the rotor, although judging by the shape of this combine, I don't think it has a rotor. It's probably a walking sieve type deal, or straw walkers, similar to a John Deere combine. Not like the Case IH ones. Case IH ones have that rotor. Although I will admit, the newer John Deere combines have the bullet rotors in them too, so they do have rotors in some of theirs now. The difference being a rotored combine has a big cylindrical shaped rotor that it sends the... I'm just going to sit out here and be a little quieter. Sends the crop through, and it's a little bit more efficient. You can run more material through it, but the problem is it depends on what you want to use it for. If you're looking to get like straw, which we aren't at the moment, but we will at some point in this game, I'd be looking for straw to bale up. A rotored combine will chew it up much more, so your straw is not as good a quality, whereas a straw walker doesn't really chew it up as much. It only single passes through one rotor, kind of. It doesn't use a rotor through the entire combine, and so it's much gentler on the straw, but you just don't have the capacity. So it's kind of a trade-off. Case IH has been a big proponent of their rotored combines. They're actually called oh, I should know this. I really should know this, especially since we have one. An axial flow, that's what they call them. 2366 axial flow is what we have. It's just the term that they have. And like I said, John Deere, they have what are called their bullet rotor combines now. Come back here. He's fast when he's cruising there. Yep. He just got done. Let's fold it up and let's head to the other field. I'm glad we bought this drill. I think it works pretty well. The only thing is it's now faster than the combine. So if we wanted to like work on a field as he's combining, we have to be careful. This does 6 meters. The head on the combine is a 14 foot. So if I convert that over, that's roughly, I think, a 4.5 meter working with. So this is 6. So it's about 3/4 of the drill size. So this drill will catch up to the combine basically. So we have to be careful about that. Yeah, I wanted to show you guys how this drill works when you don't cultivate. And we won't be cultivating our fields now. We'll be running no-till basically here. I'm not fond of the idea, but you know what? We're going to utilize it. And when we finally get into the corn and stuff, we're going to have to rotate, or I'm going to choose to rotate our crops a little bit. So then we'll be able to do a better job of that. So turn it on. Wait. Didn't start doing anything yet. I'm going to put this into canola. I know I said I wasn't going to do it, but I think it's smart to have some in our silos. I think it'll benefit us. Alright, so now let's actually go. So just to demonstrate, I'm going to pick it up and just kind of show you guys. I guess you can't really tell the difference. Can you? I thought maybe you could see the difference between the cultivated land and the planted land, but I guess it just kind of converts it all in one shot. But you can see it's actually working it up from the stubble all the way to the planting. Oh, sorry, I got in his way. Yep. So it's doing everything in one pass. And that's basically what I was looking for. So with that, guys, I'm gonna get this let this guy get planted up. I guess next time we're gonna come back, we're gonna be able to get our next harvest in. We'll use our new tipper, and we'll probably pay off a bunch of our loan. And after that, I guess the next thing we're gonna have to start looking into is the equipment we need to start working with the cows. That's going to involve probably getting another tractor. We're going to be getting a New Holland, so we're going to get some blue tractors. Gonna replace some of these older European style tractors. You know, go for the American tractors, which is what I'm all for. And we're going to have to get some baling technology, because we're going to have to be able to bale some. Ideally, I'd like to be able to buy field 30 here at some point, and then I'll be able to use the plow and show you guys how to combine fields. It's a little bit of work, but it's well worth it, I think, in the end. Yeah, this one's 57,000. And actually, I want to see what this other field is at. My favorite field for corn, especially when I'm starting to chop silage, and that's something we're going to have to do. Silage makes a lot of money, plus we need it for the cows, but it is a lot of work, at least until you get up to the big equipment, and it's going to take some time to get there, but it's something we'll strive for. But this is my favorite field here for chopping corn in. And this guy is 51,000, so it's actually a little cheaper. I mean, if we look at the map here, yeah, I guess it is a little bit smaller than field 30. So I guess it makes sense if it's just a touch cheaper. But what I've done in the past is I've done grain on 29, 24, 25, and 30, and 38. Use the combine on those guys. And then I've chopped corn off like on 23 and 37, because most of your silage corn for selling goes down to the biogas plant down in the bottom of the map there. And it's extremely convenient to just head down the road from where we are here. So it's an idea. But with that, guys, I think we are all done here. It is still cloudy, kind of ominous. It may rain. Unfortunately, rain does not make it muddy, but I have heard that you can't harvest in the rain, so I guess we'll see at some point if it decides to rain. I know we've got some crops in here. We've got some wood chips, some potatoes, and some sugar beets that we could sell at some point. The wood chips we can't sell yet because, as you can see, there's 2 conveyors here, but there's no conveyor here. You have to scoop it up with a bucket. So something we'll have to get to at some point later on. Looks like he's working pretty good here. Got it just about half done. So with that, guys, thanks for watching. And as always, take it easy.